Happening tonight, Alex Murdaugh sitting in a jail cell down in Columbia and will face a judge in the morning. He was brought back to South Carolina over the weekend to be arraigned on new charges. Now, Murdaugh is currently booked in the Richland County Detention Center. He faces 2 charges of obtaining property by false pretenses. Now, this is not his new mugshot. We've not been able to get that from SLED, and Richland County will not release it to us at this point for some unknown reason. Authorities in Orlando, Florida were the first to take Murdaugh into custody. That's where they took his picture here in a polo shirt, not a jumpsuit. Now, he was down in Florida on a second stint of a drug rehabilitation effort there after being moved from Atlanta to Florida to fight what his attorneys call a 20-year opioid addiction. Now, these new charges stem from the death of Gloria Satterfield. She'd been a housekeeper for the Murdaughs for 20 years. Now, her son's attorneys tell us she fell down the stairs in 2018 at the Murdaugh home after tripping over the family's dogs. She then had a stroke and died while trying to recover from that fall. Now, Murdaugh worked with the Satterfields' 2 sons to get them a wrongful death lawsuit policy. He even connected them with a lawyer we've since learned was a good friend of his. Once the settlement was reached, SLED says, well, Murdaugh never gave those boys the money. In fact, he diverted it to a dummy account. Satterfield's family says they did not know a settlement was even reached and never got a dime that they were owed. We're talking about $4 million. Before SLED announced these new charges against Alex Murdaugh, I talked to Jim Griffin, one of his 2 attorneys, in an exclusive interview about these allegations we already heard about in a lawsuit, and was quite surprised that Jim really didn't say much except they can't justify what he's done.
There's nothing in the world that will justify what he did, honestly, and I'm not going to justify what he did. And he's not trying to justify what he did.
And again, that's on these specific charges he's going to be arraigned on in the morning. We also reached out to the Satterfield sons' attorney, Eric Bland. In a statement he wrote, "It's not over. A very good start to holding everyone accountable who either participated knowingly or breached their duties. The bottom line is no one is above the law." And I'll be heading down to Columbia in the morning. I'll be in the courtroom. I'll also be talking with Eric Bland tomorrow following this court hearing. So stay with us for continuing coverage throughout the day inside our free Fox Carolina News app, and of course live reports starting on the 4 o'clock news. Also on our YouTube channel you can find that 4-part series that I did with Jim Griffin, and also other stories connected to the Murdaugh family. They're already uploaded right now on our YouTube page.